Hello and welcome, cat aspirants. So here we have another question from the same text. So the direction for question is what? Answer the following questions based on the information given below. Well, if we look into this particular passage, the passage discusses about AI team and discussing about LMS, as well as it is indicating about the problem that Timnit Gebru, the co-lead of Google's ethical AI team, who faced. Um, so this is means one of the analytical paragraph, or sorry, narrative paragraph. As you can find out, the event or the incident is thoroughly um, narrated in this particular text, which has been earlier discussed. Let's jump to the question. The question stated here, which statement best weakens? Now, it is a critical reasoning question. So, which statement best weakens the author argument? Right. So, we need to find out means one of the option which could weaken the author's argument, not even weaken. So, we need to find out the best weakens. It means maybe there are a couple of choices which will be weakening to the author's argument, but among them, we need to find out the best option which can weaken the author's argument. And what is the author's argument? That in favor of dismantling large language models, LMS in the passage. Okay, so let's look into the mm, options. But before we go to the option, so let me point out the question asks very simple: which statement best weakens the author's argument in favor of dismantling large language models as presented in the passage? So if I go for the first option stated the passage highlights the ethical consequences downplayed by corporation. Okay, so if we look into this particular option, so what does it say? The passage highlights the ethical consequences downplayed by corporation. Now, this could be considered as the weakening to author's argument in supporting of dismantling large language models in the passage. Um, as if you talk about that by implying that corporations may not see the need for such drastic action. So we could consider option one will be the correct one. Okay. So like I pointed, means we need to find out which one is the best. Now look into the second option. What does it say? The author argues that the intellectual and conceptual terrain opened by the critical agenda is easy to miss. Right. So now this one is incorrect because it does not directly weaken the argument for dismantling. Right. It does not directly weaken, isn't it? Directly weaken the argument for dismantling LMS. Instead, it discusses the potential oversight mm, of the intellectual and conceptual terrain opened by the critical agenda, which is not directly related to the argument for or against dismantling elements. So, hence, you can consider this would not means that weaken or consider as the more appropriate option in compared to option one. Look into the option three. What does it say? The passage mentions the potential learning opportunity for cultural historians and sociologists. Now, option three also incorrect because it does not weaken the argument. Instead, it highlights even you can say that a potential learning, isn't it? A potential learning, which is given no here potential learning opportunity for cultural historian and sociologist, so which may actually support the argument for dismantling LMS by suggesting the need for further study and understanding of their impact. So this goes against the uh, question that has been asked. Option 4, the author calls for interrogating, dismantling, re-engineering algorithmic system. So this one is also incorrect because it aligns with the what main argument of the passage, right? Main argument of the passage. So which calls for the interrogation, dismantling, and re-engineering of algorithmic system, including large language models. So hence you can consider option 2, 3, 4 are eliminated, right? Therefore, the correct answer is option 1, as it weakens the argument for dismantling LMS by suggesting that Corporations may not consider the what? Ethical ethical consequences, right? So ethical consequences significant enough to warrant such action. So hence you can find out option one will be the most appropriate answer option that best weaken the author's argument in favor of dismantling LMS or large language models in the passage, isn't it? Hence, we can consider answer option will be one. That's all. Thank you.